Good morning. Hey, good morning and welcome to Neighborhood Unitarian Universalist Church in Pasadena. Welcome to all members, friends, and guests. My name is Louisa Villeneuve and I serve on the Board of Trustees. I'm also pleased to serve as your worship associate this morning. I tried to get my daughter up here and she declined, so next time. Neighborhood Church creates and grows an inclusive community of faith connected by love, spirit, and service. We acknowledge our presence on the ancestral and unceded territory of the Gabrielino Tongva peoples, the traditional caretakers of the lands and waters of this campus. With respect for the rights and wisdom of Indigenous people, we acknowledge our harmful colonial histories and commit to decolonizing our own practices, to learning new ways of being in community with each other and with the land itself. Today's service is led by Dr. Omega Burkhart. Music is led by Dr. Zaneta Robles with the Neighborhood Choir, or Chorus, and Wells Lang. Today we have special musical guests, the Bel Canto Treble Choir from Harvard Westlake School. Please take a moment.
That's not today, that's next week.
Oh, next week. Sorry. So, a little preview for next week. Come back. In any case, please take a moment to silence your devices as we begin our service. Families with young children are always welcome in the sanctuary, and there's an additional play area for the very young in our narthex, or the entryway. For adults and older youth who don't need assistance, there's a quiet crafting table close to the organ. I have 4 brief announcements. Are you and your family dealing with the stress of losing a home or job due to the January fires or other challenges? Are you wanting a safe place to share feelings? The Pastoral Care Committee will be offering a peer support group this fall to assist members with processing loss and building stress reduction and relaxation techniques. For more information, please see the flyer on our kiosk outside or the weekly newsletter. Sign-ups are currently happening for our next Esperanza trip to Mexico. See more information at the table on the patio after the service. Today is the first day of children and youth classes. All children and youth and their families are welcome to stay in the service until after the time for all ages in a few minutes, and after that, you'll proceed to your classrooms. And last, join us for a service today for a special reception to welcome Elle Moss, the Director of Lifespan Faith and Engagement. We'll meet in front of Neighborhood House. Our order of service this morning is available as a link in the Sunday email and online by scanning the QR code on the back of your hymnal with your camera phone. Again, welcome to Neighborhood Church, an inclusive faith community connected by love, service, and spirit.
gather this morning as a manifestation of and an intention to create belonging. We are a people of values made into action, whose house here is built as a community of practice, a practice that is renewed every day. Belonging is a promise, says my colleague, the Reverend Raleigh Weaver. As we light this chalice this morning, we remember that belonging is not just a place, but it is a promise to see one another as worthy, to offer space for each soul to be its full self. In the words of William Ellery Channing, the great end of life is not happiness, but to feel worthy of happiness. May this flame today remind us that belonging comes out of our feelings of being worthy and seeing worth in each person, worth in each moment we share, and worth in the community we build together. As the light grows this morning, may we nurture a space where we are all seen, where we are all heard and valued, and may we continue the work of building a beloved and inclusive community. It is a continued practice, and sometimes we don't get it right the first time. We are starting anew this morning, but many of us are carrying a heaviness, a weight with us today after a week in which, for many of us, we've had to question the limits of our empathy. If you are coming here today feeling that perhaps you are imperfect in your response to yet another example, unfortunately, to many examples of violence this week, if you are coming here with a conflicted sense, a conflicted response to this world, I invite you to consider this conflict as an opportunity to appreciate that you are not limitless in your boundaries. You are not limitless. This is an invitation to you to extend grace to yourselves in your imperfect response. You do not have to have it all figured out. You do not have to espouse the most holy and correct response. You do not have to forgive the whole world for their imperfections. You do not have to create the most compelling argument for or against anything. Do not be too harsh on yourself. You are not God, goddess, karma, fate. You are none of these. You are many things, but you are not required to be perfect in your response or intention as you move through this world. So I invite you for a moment to put your hands on your heart. Breathe in love of this community. Feel it flow through you and around you. Breathe out peace. And I also would like to say and remind you that love and anger are not mutually exclusive. Love and anxiety are not mutually exclusive. Love and fear are not mutually exclusive. You can go into this world, and I ask you to go into this world with love on your heart and be angry at the way this world is right now. As Elie Wiesel said, the opposite of love is not hate, it is indifference. The opposite of art is not ugliness, it's indifference. The opposite of faith is not heresy, it's indifference. Don't be indifferent to the world. Your aching heart shows that you are not indifferent to this world. Center love, hold grace for yourself, even when the world makes you want to turn away. May it be so.
Today's music is offered in recognition and honor of the Jewish spirit. Next Monday, September 22nd, many of our Jewish siblings in our community and around town and abroad will observe Rosh Hashanah, the Jewish New Year, followed 10 days later by Yom Kippur, the Days of Atonement. We embrace the wisdom of the Jewish tradition. Please rise in body or in spirit and join us in singing hymn 215, Praise to the Living God.
Hi, Elle.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. So we are here at an exciting time at Neighborhood Church. As many of you know, in July here, we hired Elle Moss, our new Director of Lifespan Faith Engagements.
Yay!
And I just want to remind everyone that There have been other terms, and there are other terms used for this position, such as DRE, Director of Religious Education. Most recently here we had Director of Spiritual Exploration. These are all accepted terms, but you're going to hear us say lifespan faith engagement a lot as we get used to this idea here at this church. So we're so excited to have Elle with us, and as a start to our community's relationship with Elle, we will officially welcome them into a covenanting process today, and you all will be participating a little bit. So we'll have some words up here on the screen. We also have them at the end of our order of service. Now this is for the congregation to say to Elle. So we are going to say this all together. Elle Moss.
We commit to grow and learn with you as you learn and grow with us. We will be open to new ideas and will lean into saying yes when we can help our lifespan engagement program. We promise to you our mutual trust and support.
I commit to bring enthusiasm and passion to my work as your Director of Lifespan Faith Engagement, to contribute to the best of my ability to the innovative history of UU faith engagement, and to listen, respect, and accompany the spiritual journeys of this congregation's children, youth, and adults. I promise to you my mutual trust and support.
And now we'll say again these words.
Beginning in the sacred space and reaching outward, may we create a just and peaceful world where all voices are heard, all spiritual paths are treasured, and where love is kept at the center of our shared values. May it be so, and blessed be.
And now we have the next part of our exciting morning activity.
We are going to welcome the children up. If you would, children and youth and people young at heart as well are welcome to come up to the front.
And children, if you have your backpacks, now is a great time to bring them up here. We're going to bless the backpacks today, and we're going to bring all of our kids up forward, and our not-so-kids. And teachers, you're going to come up in just a minute, but teachers, if you have a backpack, now would be a great time to bless them too. Now, maybe there are some grown-ups out there who also would like their bags blessed. Are there any teachers, public school teachers, folks who work? Okay, all right. You're going to hold your mental backpack there on your lap. Now is the moment when we are getting ready to bless these bags and backpacks. Each of them is unique. I see some that have lightning bolts. I see some that are yellow and orange and multicolored. Just as each of us is unique in our gathered diversity. We also have some tags that we have made. Very nice. And we all know a bag charm is quite in style now, if that's a thing you're into. We don't have any Labubu's, unfortunately. Sorry. But we have these very cool UU bag tags, and we'll bless those as well during this time. So don't fret if you forgot your bag. You can still carry the blessing today with you when you go back out into the world. Our hopes and our commitment to you to take care and support you. So we will speak into this room, all of us together, these blessings. So we invite you, the congregation here, to help us by saying blessings on these bags and backpacks. Blessings on these bags and backpacks. Great.
May these bags and backpacks be sturdy and strong to last through the weeks and months of learning ahead, reminding us of our own strength, our ability to carry what is heavy, whether that is grief or textbooks, May we remember as well that it is more than okay if someone helps to carry our bag or the things within that weigh us down. We are capable, and we are here to help each other.
Let's all say together, blessings on these bags and backpacks.
Blessings
on these bags and backpacks.
Each day we carry these bags. Let us fill them up, not just with material things that we need to get through the day. How many of you carry knitting? Some of you carry knitting. Probably not too many folks down here, but maybe, I don't know. How many carry pencils? Yeah, gotta have, or a pen or something to write with, okay. Paper? Something electronic instead of paper? Okay, that's just fine. But let's also remember that we're carrying less tangible things like our shared commitment to the values of interdependence, equity, transformation, pluralism, generosity, and justice, all centered around love. So repeat with me, blessings on these bags and backpacks.
Blessings on these bags and backpacks.
Each time we open these bags and backpacks, may we remember to keep our minds and hearts open, to be willing to change as we encounter new information and new people and new situations. May we remember that part of how we love the world and our neighbors is by learning and growing and changing. May we be open, as our bags open, to doing things differently.
Say it together with us, blessings on these bags and backpacks.
Blessings on these bags and backpacks.
Okay, who here has a really heavy bag? Yeah, I see some. May the weight of these bags remind us that we carry with us into each day, not just our own courage and creativity and compassion, but the love and the support of this religious community of learners and seekers. That we are loved and that we can do hard things and that we are not alone.
Blessings on these bags and backpacks.
All right, would you like to hand these out, Hannah? Here, I'll hold one up. So we have these great bag or keychains or bag charms. Let's go with bag charm. And on one side, we have our values centered around love. And on the other side, we have a chalice. And there might even be a few left over for some adults too. Yeah, come on up. Well, okay. You can also do it later if you want to, if you don't want to do it right now.
We can bring one to you, don't worry.
All right, at this point, we'd like to invite the teachers in our children and youth programming to also come forward. And we'd like to invite the kiddos, as you're able, to stand up. You can stay seated if you want, but some of you, if you could stand up, this will help. And I'm going to ask children and youth, if you could, how you all are standing, how about you move in this direction? Move in this direction, thank you, since we got some still seated. Okay, teachers in our children and youth programming, teachers and advisors, if you can come over here.
Awesome. Okay. I'm just going to wait until
Yeah, that's fine.
they all come up. All right, wonderful. We have such a wonderful group of teachers this year. On this first day of children's and youth classes, it's okay, we just keep going. We want to take a moment to dedicate and commission those among us who have chosen to take on the important responsibility for teaching or advising. At this time, I would invite all of those who are going to help with lead, come forward, which you have.
To you, the teachers and advisors at this time, I'd like to say this. In taking on this responsibility, you have committed yourselves to nurturing the spirit of our youngest members of this congregation. Sometimes at the sacrifice of your own participation in church, we know this. And we believe that teaching our young ones is its own kind of spiritual growth. So I ask you at this moment Do you promise now, before the children and youth of this congregation, to do your best to honor them, to teach them, and nurture their religious growth as Unitarian Universalists, as well as your own? And if you do promise this, say, "We do."
Do you, the children and young people of the Faith Engagement Program, promise to open your minds and hearts to the lessons these teachers and advisors offer, to honor their dedication and to participate regularly? If so, say, "We do."
Do you, congregation of Neighborhood Unitarian Universalist Church, promise these teachers and these young people your support, knowing that religion cannot be taught only in the classroom, but must also be encouraged in the larger community, in the home and beyond? Congregation, if you do, say, "We do."
We do.
Take up the challenge of this good work. May you have fun, grow, and learn together, and be a continuing example of the importance of faith formation, both to us gathered here and to the world beyond.
All right, teachers, you are commissioned. Children, youth, and young people, today is your first day of class. Now, some of you have done this many times before. You know what's going to happen next, right? We're going to sing the song to lead folks out, and the folks here in the aisles are going to make a bridge, arbor, pergola, to guide you out. If this is your first time here, please feel free, or even if it's not your first time, if you would like to go out with your kiddo, the kids are going to meet the teachers out here. So teachers, maybe you should go first. Teachers, go on out. Children, youth, young folks, you're going to go out here, meet your teachers, and then you'll head over to your classrooms. Elle is going to be out here, as well as Hannah is here. There, okay. And Ginger Fury, the Director of Congregational Life, is also back here. We will help get you to where you need to go, okay? Are you ready?
Of its contributions to 501c3 organizations or neighborhood church-based social justice activities that are making a difference in our community and the world. You can donate in one of two ways. You can use your cell phone to donate by texting the number on the screen, or if you prefer to donate in person, put your donation in one of the designated boxes during the music or after the service. There's a donation box here at the front, there's one behind the center row, and there's another one in the narthex or entryway. You may rise during the music to put your donation in the box if you wish. Please extend help to those in your neighborhood who may need assistance reaching the donation boxes. If you wish to make a payment toward your pledge or contribute to church operations, make a note in the subject line or use an envelope available at the donation boxes. This week, our gifts will support Neighborhood Church's ACAC program, and here with more information is Joyce Wetzeltoft.
Good morning. So I'm Joyce Wetzeltoft. Good luck saying that last name. And I'm here to tell you how the ACAC committee helps foster children and their families. First of all, how many people may already have participated in AC activities? Fabulous. If you're new or you haven't experienced it, then I want to give you some info. ACAC has had an active presence at NUUC for about 20 years. It's a volunteer-led program which currently supports the clients of two social workers, Carlos and Lisa, and they are responsible for 40 to 50 foster kids, ranging in age from birth to early 20s. There are several yearly activities where we recruit volunteers and donations from our congregation. They include the back-to-school shopping trip, which we just did in August. We provide gift cards, currently about $250 to $300 per child, to be spent on necessities for school and life. NUUC volunteers accompany each child to assist them in their decisions and to monitor the appropriateness of these selections. Previously, in other years, we partnered with Target. However, due to Target's lack of DEI support, we changed to Kohl's this year. Kohl's was extremely supportive and generous. They discounted our gift cards, and they also provided a $200 extra gift card to cover any overages. They helped us on the shopping day and just were terrific, so we're very pleased. The next event that you'll be seeing is the holiday Christmas gifts, where congregants select a foster child and provide them with Christmas gifts. The kids usually have a few things defined. You're not limited to those gifts. You're free to buy what you want. But I think the congregation loves that part of this particular activity. And we also solicit gift cards, because gift cards are given to the older kids. And then at Easter or springtime, we ask congregants to fill a basket or a bag with non-candy items that are appropriate for their age. And then several years ago, we started participating in the birthday club, where congregants provide a special birthday gift for a foster child. All Saints also does the birthday club, and we partner with them. Additionally, in 2024, we supported foster kids in extra ways through a $40,000 grant from the Hausworth Foundation. These funds were needed in emergency situations, where even if DCFS could cover the cost, it would be eventual and it would be too long to receive the funds. During that year, we supported 357 youth with essentials such as food, beds, desks, shoes, clothing. And we also provided funds to stabilize families with basic household items, food, and critical needs. This year, we were unable to apply for this grant. Thus, your Share the Plate donation can well support this service. We hope to work with NUUC in the coming year to allow us to reapply for that important funding source. We are also continuing to explore mentoring possibilities. Mentorship embodies an individual who will be a constant presence throughout the life of a foster child. And that's so important. But it's complicated, especially with aspects such as training and mentor suitability. This year, earlier in the year, we connected with another Share the Plate recipient called Friends of the Children LA, whose mission is to provide mentorship. ACAC will be discussing partnership with them to expand these services to the ones that ACAC provides. ACAC is much loved by congregants, and very, very many of you participate, to provide essential support for social workers and their clients. The stories we hear from the social workers are clear indicators of their appreciation. And the stories are astounding. I don't know how they do their jobs sometimes. Your financial support enhances their ability to effectively support their clients. If you have any questions, we will be at a table after the service. We are very happy to talk to you. We have a sign up for the Scrounger list, which is just an email list when some need, like say a bed comes about, they need a mattress, we would put a word out to the Scrounger list. Does anybody have one? Can they donate it? Or if you're interested in joining the committee. When it started, it was basically 2 people. And by the time I joined, it was maybe 4, and now we're about 8 to 10. So it's a growing concern and certainly a much needed service. Thank you so much for your generous support in the past, and I hope you will contribute generously today to meet future needs of the foster kids. Thank you.
Thank you for giving generously.
Our soloist this morning is Sonia Ohan.
Before I read to you this morning from the book I've selected, I wanted to highlight something that's going to start next week on the third Sunday of each month. We'll be having Third Sunday theology, and that's, for lack of a better term, maybe you can come up with one, but I think that that pretty much summarizes it. We heard you. We heard that you want, as adults, more opportunity for faith conversation, for opportunities to talk about theology, to engage in conversation with each other and with me and other leaders here about some of the questions that are most pertinent to Unitarian Universalism today. So we'll start that series next week. That will be over in Ross Chapel directly after the service. Okay, coffee time in between, but then directly right after the service. We will have childcare provided, so if you'd like to come over, kids will play outside. And we'll be engaging next week with the conversation around some of the differences and how do we grapple with white Christian nationalism as Unitarian Universalists. So Third Sunday Theology, look for that series. And there's a caveat I will say, once we start getting into November and December, Third Sundays become a little problematic because we have some holidays. So it could be that Third Sunday Theology happens on a different Sunday. We'll see. But keep posted for that. You'll see it announced in the newsletter a couple of weeks ahead of time with the topic each month. The reading for this week is from Paul Razor's book, Faith Without Certainty. He is a liberal theologian and talks in depth about the complications between community and individualism. And he writes, "Individualism lies at the core not only of liberal religion, but of American culture itself. Many of us share the widespread concern that the dwindling sense of community in American life, and some are especially concerned with the role of religious community. We say we want stronger communities, yet we seem afraid to let go of the individualist orientations that stand in the way. A shared belief in autonomous individualism is a poor foundation on which to build deeper sense of community, religious or otherwise." He goes on to say, "The liberal modern individualistic understanding of the self, though still widely held in liberal religious circles, is no longer tenable. Our liberal modern understanding of ourselves as autonomous individuals is an illusion. The truth is we don't first exist as individuals who then form social groups, The group always comes first. As individuals, our identities are always formed in relation to a particular social context. We are social beings through and through." And thus ends our reading today.
Hashivenu, return to us, O God, and we shall return.
done some talking about backpacks this morning, the literal ones, the ones with the school books and the tablets and the pens and pencils. Let's talk about the metaphorical backpack. What do you bring with you into this space? What has been packed for you by someone else, an ancestor, a loved one, the culture you're from? What has been packed for you long before you got here? What burdens, privileges, and joys do you carry with you? And what do you pack with your intention and your love, or maybe your carelessness? That happens too. Anyone who's left their lunchbox in their backpack for over the weekend might resonate with that. Apparently with many of you. What do you bring with you, and then what do you carry with you when you leave this space? We are at the beginning of a school year and a new church year, and those go hand in hand for us in Unitarian Universalism. Thanks to our religious ancestors, especially on the East Coast, who would leave the hot cities for the summer to go to the coast, those UU ancestors with privilege, asterisk, who would leave to go to the coast and then come back. So our church year is tied with the school year. Now, I was an academic for a long time before becoming a minister, so I have a tendency to talk about years as school years also. Some of you might also. In fact, just the other day, I referred to, wow, the fires last year and the impact that we worked on all spring, and the person I was speaking with said, that was just 8 months ago. And I said, yeah, last year. Oh, okay, last church year. So pardon us as we orient ourselves around that. Today we're returning to school. Our children are returning to their classrooms here at this church. Today we return to church as an act of collective moral engagement. That's how Paul Razor, I read a selection from his book, that's how he terms our choice, our intention to come back into this space. We are a progressive people of faith who must choose individually to come into this collective. We choose to further our understandings of ourselves in this world and maybe beyond this world if it fits with our theology. And in this act of personal and independent exploration and definition, we enter into this conundrum precisely in that we're entering into a community. We choose individually to enter into this community. And this is how it sits at the intersection that Paul Razor highlights, this intersection of individual freedom to self-explore and the immutable and undeniable need that we have as humans to be part of community. In fact, I think Paul Razor and others would argue that to allow ourselves to think that we can do this on our own is a fallacy. We cannot. Rather, we join in communities, whether schools or churches, liberal churches in particular, because these are spaces where we practice compassion, where we practice justice, we practice inclusivity, that we might bring these values out into the world. It is through this purposeful and intentional creating and strengthening of space for ourselves and others that we foster belonging for ourselves and for others. It isn't done by accident, and it isn't done by hoping that somebody else will do it. And it is true that we cannot volunteer and be engaged with all things at all times. We can't show up always. We have to measure how we do that for ourselves. However, the work of building spiritual community that helps in sacred meaning making is the work of all of us at different points in our lives. If we want to create a community that values plural voices in ethical and moral inquiry and engagement, then it takes a plural of us to create that community. I invite you to think about the parable of the stone soup. Most of us are probably familiar with that, right? Someone comes to a village, they are hungry, someone throws a stone in a pot and says, boy, if we only had a zucchini. And someone throws a zucchini in, man, if we only had a carrot. Someone says, lo and behold, they've created a pot of tasty soup that's enough to feed everyone. Imagine if that parable were told a different way. A man enters a hungry village. A man who is hungry enters a village. That's a different story, I think. We'll not tell that story. A hungry man enters a village. He sees people are chatting out in the central square. There are even some children playing. He has a pack of hot dog buns in his backpack, but the only store in town is closed. Can't buy anything else. So he approaches all the folks hanging out and he says, "Hey, you know, I'm wondering if we could organize something. I have some hot dog buns. What do you think we could do?" And the person replies, "Oh, sorry, we're all vegans," and turns around. And another says, "Oh, yes, we do have great barbecues. We have so many." And they turn around and continue to conversate with their friend. So he approaches someone else and they said, "Oh, we used to have such great picnics and barbecues." And then they turn around and talk to someone else. So he approaches some other people and he says, "Wouldn't it be great if we organized something?" And that person said, "It would be great." And they continue doom scrolling on their phone and ignore him. That would be an entirely different story, wouldn't it? Very depressing story. The man would probably get back in his car, drive to the next village, and hope for a better outcome somewhere else. That's not how we create community. We create community by engaging when we hear that there's a need. We create community by listening for where the spots are where people can plug in and create something for someone else. We bring it into being when we make a commitment to be there. And we see this in our congregational involvement here today. You witness this. Many of our teachers have stepped forward, have moved into the space of being teachers and advisors here for our children and youth in their faith engagement. And we're working on the balance in this program to make sure those teachers also have the opportunity to attend church and be active in their own spiritual and faith engagement as well. These are volunteers and lay leaders just as you are. It happens in other ways here too. It happens when you just attend a group, not even organize it. When you just go to one, you are creating space for someone else to engage. When you show up to a group meeting, whether that's your Chalice Circle or Queer Connections or Fiber Arts Group, I'm trying to think of all the groups that are meeting today, you're helping to create space for other people to attend as well. Especially now, as we have so many visitors and people trying out different groups to see where they might find connection, you are the ones that make that experience possible. How many times have you listed to either friends or family, either in this church or beyond, how many things we have going on at this church? Probably you've done it a couple of times. These connections only happen when people commit to being there and showing up, when they show up because they make it possible for other people to show up too. You make the picnic happen. You make the barbecue happen. You do it as individuals because you commit personally, and then collectively you come together to create belonging for someone else. Thus, that tension that Paul Razor highlights between personal belief and action and the importance of the collective in community building is made manifest every time you make an intentional choice to participate and then you show up to do it. It may be important for you personally, of course, and we always hope that it is, right? But don't underestimate the importance of your showing up for the experience for other people. For other people. We start as social beings first, writes Paul Razor. So what's in your backpack this church year? What are you bringing to this church? Perhaps it's some grief at the way the world is right now. And while I wouldn't wish for that for anyone, it's better than indifference. It's better than indifference. Perhaps you're bringing in your backpack a little bit of tradition. We used to do it this way, of years past. That's fantastic. We need that institutional knowledge to help. That's how we learn about how things work and how we can do them today and in the future. And maybe you're bringing some excitement and some passion for creating something new. Wonderful. We are a living tradition. where we honor and embrace change as a theological given. And many of you also bring with you intention of a specificity of action in which you commit to making space for faith formation for yourself and for others this year, where you explore and learn how you can be involved even in the smallest of ways, but you commit and you show up. Bring your whole selves when you show up. All your baggage, everything in your backpack, your aspirations, and know that your involvement here and your participation is what makes space for someone else to feel belonging to. May it be so.
Please rise in body or in spirit and join us in singing our closing hymn, number 217, "O Sing Hallelujah."
The opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. The opposite of faith is not heresy, it's indifference. So go from here today, but not with indifference, going from here today knowing that caring for yourself is important, absolutely, but so is caring for others by creating space for them. As poet David White said, your great mistake is to act the drama as if you were alone. Put down the weight of your aloneness and ease into the conversation. May you go from here today easing into the conversation of this community and beyond. May it be so.